Hello, everybody. This is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
And today we're just going to do a quick wrap. Well, maybe not quick. Today we're going to do a wrap up on the Mountain Mayhem III.
Yeah, we're old. We don't do anything quick.
The latest GT that we held in Warrenton, Virginia.
And this was the event that proved that I am not a sock puppet.
It is. There's finally proof
there
that
was
you
proof,
exist.
the proof that I exist.
They don't. No one believes me. Everyone. No one believes that. They all think I just hired some guy to come in for the afternoon and say it was you. So anyway, we held a tournament, Mid-Atlantic tournament. This was very successful. We had 34 people show up.
Mm-hmm.
This is fantastic. We had a venue it was actually at a volunteer fire station. It was held in the banquet room thing they rent out. We were able to hold it there, which let us keep it open as long as we wanted. We were there till, I think we were there till like 2:30 one night, and after that the following night.
Oh, you remember people went back after dinner on Saturday?
Yes, after dinner everyone went, well, I won't say everyone.
Mm-hmm.
After dinner, a good 15, 20 people went back after that.
Yeah.
And just hung out most of the night, and we played that Game of Thrones game. And
Oh, okay.
yeah. Anyway, it's a fun time.
So
Really
this
fun
was in Warrenton, Virginia.
It was
Which is...
about 45 minutes.
We can't say that it's really close. I mean, it's not far, but it's not
from
our normal game.
From our normal game.
Yeah.
It's a
another...
good, at least a half hour, maybe a little bit longer from our normal gaming zone.
And
it's about 45 minutes west of DC, maybe an hour.
And did you get off the top of your head, how many people were out of state? Approximately?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. No, I'm not sure. There was quite a bit of people came in from other, Maryland,
right, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina.
A few that came from North Carolina, Delaware, I know of.
Okay.
Pennsylvania brought a group.
Mm-hmm.
Just some of the awards that came through. What else? Pennsylvania, Delaware. Like I said, it was a good mix.
Yes, yeah.
It was a good showing. I liked the number of people showed up. Like I said, 34. When the cries are going around that the ninth age is suffering, we did, I think, 20, either 22 or 18, somewhere between 18 and somewhere around 20 we did last year.
Right.
And this year we went up to 34.
More, and
the last tournament that was held in the Mid-Atlantic, the Southern Assault, did around 24 or 25.
Right.
So that worried us because we saw that number and we were like, oh, that doesn't bode well.
Sure.
But like I said, this turned out at a great number.
And you were able to have full terrain, as we can see as the photos flip through for everybody of different bases, but still full terrain.
Yep.
No felt required.
Full terrain, no felt required. Trees on the tables.
Yeah.
We were happy with it. I mean, we've still got some room. Still have some room for improvement on the terrain, but for the most part, it was really nice. People liked it. The venue was, like I said, fantastic.
And it was in the Warrenton Fire Department?
Volunteer fire department.
Yeah. And then you had hotels right down the street, the restaurants all around.
Hotels around, plenty of restaurants. There was a huge kitchen with a full, like, 2-door refrigerator thing
right
in the basement. People could bring their own drinks, leave them there.
Or some nice lady could make cupcakes and leave them for everybody.
Alcoholic beverage. Yes, one of the gamers' wives sent, I don't know, what was it, like 24 cupcakes?
Yeah.
They were fantastic. Very, very good. There you go. Better view of the place. We didn't get there in time to figure out how to use the overhead projector for a timer or anything, but that's our, if we run it here again, that'll definitely be our goal.
And you did 5 games.
5 games.
3 on
over
Saturday,
2 days.
2 on Sunday.
On Sunday, we had lunch brought in on Sunday.
Okay.
To try to get people, to short. That way you can kind of shorten the lunch break.
Right. For people who are out of state so they can get the heck out of there.
It lets people get out.
Right.
There was a couple suggestions to start even earlier on Sunday, maybe 8 a.m. to even give people an even bigger advantage.
I think that'd be rough on some of your, like this guy here with the sunglasses.
Yeah, Mr. Sunglasses.
Partying
Sunday
too much
morning.
the night before.
Correct. It probably would be. But it was a suggestion. We'll look at it and see what we can do. But other than that, like I said, the event ran well. Everybody at this point seemed to know the rules very well. Wasn't a lot of rules questions. Yeah, don't know what else to say. It was
Okay.
nice tournament. Good group of guys. I do want to say thanks to all the guys who. It's nice that people show up to these tournaments. They pay their entrance fee. They show up to the tournaments, and at the end of the tournament, they're still willing to help you pick up tables, pick up terrain, do all that, even though they are paying to be there, basically. So yeah, it was very nice of you. It's definitely not expected or required of you, but it's nice when it happens.
And you did 2 hour and 45-minute turns, correct?
We did. We extended it. Typically, the Mid-Atlantic is typically done 2.5 hour turns. 2.5 hour turn. I mean games. 2.5 hour games. We expanded that a bit to 2 hours 45 minutes, which but still there were still 3 to 4 games still running at the end of that had to be shut down. Some games that had to be shut down early. But yeah, so.
And you were doing 4,500 points.
4,500 points.
Yeah, I think the extra 50 minutes helps a lot. Takes some of the stress out of moving from table to table.
It does. Well, I mean, the timer doesn't start until everyone's had plenty of time to get in place and going, and then the timer starts. But yeah,
it's just more just I need to get over there and that type of thing. And
right. And 2 hours and 45 minutes seemed to be a good time. Like I said, there were some that did not finish.
I think you can give 5 hours, and you're always going to have somebody that doesn't finish.
Agreed. And I think people, if you say the game is 3 hours, then people are going to play at a pace to do it in 3 hours.
Right, exactly.
They're going to slow. I think it's going to slow down a bit.
Yeah.
I just think people are going to play to that.
Yeah, I think that's true of the average. You said you're always going to have outliers. You're going to have people get finish really fast, and other ones are going to take a little bit longer. But for the average person, having that little bit extra time, I think just
the concern, of course, is you don't want to go too long on the turns because you don't want the majority of people sitting around for an extra half hour between games more than what they're already doing. As long as you can catch the nice, as long as 75% of the people are done around that time.
Yeah.
It's the outliers that,
exactly
may or may not have to deal with it.
Yeah. So planning on having this event next year around the same time?
Yeah, we've and I need to publish it up on the message boards on the Ninth Age forums is the Mid-Atlantic rough schedule for next year. We've already roughed in the schedule for next year.
Right.
At least the months that each tournament is held.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Colonial Carnage is coming up in February. I believe it's February, the weekend of February 16th and 17th, I think. Maybe it's 17th and 18th. I'll have to look. But anyway, so that's the only one that's got a hard date on it that I know of so far.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got them planned, the Mid-Atlantic tournaments. There'll be 6 next year. They'll each be 2 months apart. So nice spacing so you don't run into each other and, at least it gives the players time to recover from the last tournament, get ready and roll out to the next one.
Right.
So,
okay.
That was that. Like I said, a great time was had by everybody. There were instances of some people having a little too good of a time. Now, whatever you may think of this picture, this is not someone looking for something beside his bed.
It's not what it appears to be.
This happens to be a photo of a well-known player in the Mid-Atlantic. Actually, a well-known player in the Ninth Age, if you can guess who it is. Who attempted to go to bed after the tournament and missed. And could not quite find the bed.
And this was the resting place.
And of course,
Until assisted later, from what I understand.
And until he was assisted back into the, to where he belonged.
So we'd like comments if you can guess who
Guess the player.
Who this player is.
Yes, and of course you have to. One of the clues, of course, is this player has good enough friends to have give me access to this picture.
Exactly.
So
yes, you didn't take the picture yourself.
I did not take this
Nor
picture.
did I.
But there it is. So post who you think this is, or if you know who it is, that's up to you. I did have the permission from this person to use this photo, so no
Of course,
harm.
that was after he had some beers, but we won't get into that.
That's true. I waited. I got the permission to use this photo when he was in roughly the same shape the following evening.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm doing. Not crazy. So anyway, let's move on.
That brings us to
let's do
one more
this
thing.
first.
Talk
Top
about
here.
the just the armies that were there.
Army composition. You can see the most numerous thing we had here were ogre khans.
Shocking.
Which is a shocking revelation.
Yeah.
We had 34 players. The list shows 35. There were 2 ringers. One of our club mates came in on Saturday.
And a different one on Sunday.
Both of them wanted to come to tournaments, and both of them could not do 2 days. So I arranged for one of them to come in Saturday in case there was a need for a ringer, and there was. And the other one came in on Sunday to fill the role. So it was kind of nice. You can see that's the ringer count.
Yep. So you got 5 ogre khans.
Yes.
4 undying dynasties. I mean, those are 2 armies that we think are rather powerful.
One of the top, 2 of the higher, power armies.
And you got only one Sylvan Elf. It's actually all wood.
Yes. Pair of 3s with the dwarves and
dwarven holes.
highborn elves.
And the highborn elves. And a couple vampire counts. Only 1 Verum Swarm. A lot of guys to paint. And 1 Beast Herd, another army that's got a good number of guys to paint.
Yeah.
Demon Legions, I think, can have the same challenge.
Kind of surprised at the Beast Herds being so low. But that's the only one that surprised me a little bit.
Yeah.
15 of the armies represented. We did not have an Infernal Dwarf player.
Right.
The Infernal Dwarf player that plays in our club could not make it for, he had plans that he could not get out of. He regretted not being able to make it, but that would have given us our Infernal Dwarf. Yeah.
4 armies only with 1 player, so.
Yeah, but it was a decent mix of mix of armies.
It's really just the ogre khans, a little overrepresented, I guess, but
correct. Yep, but
maybe undying dynasties. Those 2 otherwise, you got a good.
It was a nice mix of armies, I thought. Moving on, we have and then to the results of the tournament. The Shannon Powell with his ogre khans took first place. Oddly, it's different for him, 1 battle point ahead.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm.
This was again, but again, if you look at the 2 top players, there's 100 total battle points available. That's one's 19 off that mark, the other's 20 off that mark.
Yeah.
Spread over 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a 16 average for this guy, and very slightly above that for this.
Yeah.
16 out of 20 every game.
Right.
Pretty amazing. They will. And another ogre khan rounding out the top 3. Nothing really. I mean.
Then a Sonsdal Dread Elves being high. It's interesting.
What? That's wrong. Huh. Gonna have to fix that. That's not Joe's army. Joe has highborn elves. Number 4 player should have highborn elves. I've got to correct that.
Yeah, we got Empire Sonsdal.
Yeah, that is incorrect. So I'm wondering if I probably did it wrong on
somebody else has got highborn elves.
Right there it is. Oh no, sorry, it's Saurian Ancients.
Saurian Ancients.
Joe had Saurian Ancients.
Yeah, okay.
Joel had Empire Sonsdal.
Joel. They're kind of the same person.
It's a letter off.
No, yeah.
And they kind of act, they're the same people. If you know one, you know them both. What's the difference?
Exactly.
So I'll have to fix that. That should be Saurian Ancients.
Should be Saurian Agents, yes.
I was happy to see some new faces in the top 10. I mean, Ben Jones were placed really high at number 5.
Yeah, and with Dread Elves.
Fantastic finish for him in Dread Elves. He had the 3 Kraken
Right.
list.
He unleashed the
He
Kraken.
unleashed the Kraken.
Yes.
Actually, it was hilarious. I went by at one point, and there was 3 Kraken lined up on a unit of 10 dogs.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, come on. Come on, Ben. Really?
Well, he might not crumble them.
I don't know what he was. Anyway, I
Hey.
guess he may have been looking for it over or something. It was just hilarious. to see
Overwhelm
that.
and devastate. That's
Yeah.
the way to take power and keep it.
It was that got enough gunpowder butch
Yes.
moment of the tournament.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, and so it was
And Orcs and Goblins did pretty well.
They did. There was couple of Orcs and Goblins player,
Yeah.
2 in the top 10, which
Yep.
was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
And even more surprising, they both had great green idols.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, both were primary. I will say,
Speaking
both,
of great green idols, when are you giving me mine back?
I'm not. Got that guy stuffed
Yeah.
in the closet. He's never
Yeah.
getting out.
Rocky's probably afraid in in a strange home.
He is, but, he doesn't want to come home now. He's filed for asylum.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go back. Please save me. At least over here, I get played every once a year,
There
maybe
is that.
twice. That's a lot more than I get over at the other place. Anyway, so 2 Orc and Goblins armies, but like I said, neither one were orcs.
Right.
Both goblin
Well,
goblin
goblins-
spider armies.
Everyone knows goblins and spiders are good.
They are. Yeah. So then we had dwarves and warriors and all kinds of stuff rounding out the 34 players.
Then we go to the bottom.
Because I think there's 35 based on the 2
Yeah,
ringers.
of the ringers. Equitane's on the bottom.
Equitane's on the bottom, but another Equitane player up here at 20,
Yeah, and an Ogre Khan's at the bottom.
which was, I talked to this guy after the
2
game.
Ogre Khans at the bottom. I'm just looking at the battle points.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, battle points, yes.
Yeah.
I talked to Greg after this game and congratulated him after one of his games because he was lined up against the
Vermisworm.
Vermin Swarm army.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's not going to be good for you.
Yeah.
It was like 12 Giselles and
You could probably have said that to him after 3 games.
2 Globadier, two
Yeah.
units of two big units of like 8 or 10 Globadiers. I was like, oh, this is not going to go well for you.
Yeah.
And I was extremely shocked. He came out of that one with like a 13-7 loss,
Yeah.
which was 7 more points than I expected
Yeah,
out of that
yeah,
one. So
yeah.
anyway, that was it. You can, or did I not? I guess I didn't post the, and this is the results here. Joe we don't give double awards, so the number 4 scoring in battle points was Joe, who got the best general.
Okay.
Players' Choice Awards was, General's Choice
Mm-hmm.
was, where is it? Empire Sanstall, this Brian Hulley, number 16. Fantastic little army. It was the Empire Sanstall army
Literally a little army.
comprised completely of halflings.
Right.
This was a wonderful, and it was painted really well, and it was a fantastic concept. He won of the 34 votes for General's Choice Army, which was pick the army you like the best for whatever reason. Whether it's painting, composition, fluff, whatever. This army got 20 of the 34 votes. So, yeah, that going for him. Brandon, wherever he ended up, there you go, 23. Brandon ended up with the best general, getting 9 out of 10 possible votes. And right behind him was Ken Stubbs. What's really amazing is if you can place 6 and get 8 out of 10 possible best opponent votes.
Yeah, that's
If people are happy playing you when you're
That's-
stomping them,
that's saying something.
that's saying something. But anyway, yeah, great tournament. The feedback's been positive on it so far. Great time. Anyway,
So,
again,
Now you can
we'll
plan
be
for-
holding another one in October.
yep, you can plan for next year.
Coming up in the Mid-Atlantic, at least. Coming
Yeah.
up, we have a Grail Quest coming in the first weekend of December. That's the next thing on our schedule. So, anyway,
So really, if you're in the 9th age and you're on the East Coast in the States, you've got choices if you're into tournament play.
you do. And again, we play at around DC. So if you're ever in the area, let us know. Let me know. I'm out there playing all the time. So even if you don't have an army, let me know.
Yeah, there's no shortage of armies.
There's no shortage of
and
armies.
they'll all be painted.
There is that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's going to wrap it up for that. Thanks for listening.
Till next time.